Good evening from Anglia News. Police in Suffolk are investigating allegations of a second rape at the Latitude festival near Southwold. The attack's said to have taken place on Friday night, just 24 hours after another woman claimed she'd been raped as well. Police say they're not linking the two incidents, but the festival organiser says he's horrified by what's happened. Victoria Webb reports.
While the crowds were enjoying the final day of the Latitude festival, in another area of the site there was a very different mood, as police and the organisers gave their reaction to the events of the past few days.
Genuinely horrified about it. I've worked very hard to create Latitude as a very family-friendly festival, a very friendly and supportive festival to everyone that comes, and quite frankly, this would be the last place that I would have expected something like this to happen.
Thousands of people have attended this year's festival, which opened its doors on Thursday. But on the first night, police were alerted to an alleged rape of a 19-year-old woman from Norwich. She'd left her tent around 10 p.m. and approached a group of young men for directions to the toilet. They walked for a while before the group split, and those remaining made their way into a wooded area where she claims she was raped by at least one of them. Then came news of another attack. Yesterday afternoon, a 17-year-old girl from Suffolk told police she'd been raped in a tent the previous night. Along with her friends, they helped police locate that tent where the alleged incident happened, and at 9:10 last night, they arrested a 19-year-old man from Essex.
That's terrible. I'm really surprised, actually, because it's a really nice atmosphere here.
We don't let any of the girls go off on our own, and if there are, we make sure we're in contact with them on the phone.
Still feel safe and with people, so...
We've been in the campsites almost constantly since that time with staff from Festival Republic. We've issued in the region of 5,000 flyers with descriptions of the young man we're looking to talk to in respect of this offence. And we've conducted, as I say, reassurance patrols from then up till now.
Police have just hours now to try and identify the group from Thursday before the crowds make their way home. One of them is described as white with dark curly hair, in his 20s with a Cockney accent. Organisers say they're satisfied with their level of security, but they'll be working with police to see whether changes need to be made for next year's festival. Victoria Webb, Anglia News, Henham Park in Suffolk.
A man has died after falling from a footbridge over the A12 in Essex. Police were called to the London-bound lane at Stanway just after 7 last night. The A12 was shut for over 3 hours. The death is not being treated as suspicious. The Queen's been meeting servicemen and women at RAF Marham in Norfolk this afternoon. She was at the base to present 2 new flags to 2 of the squadrons. Crowds who'd packed into Marham were also treated to a flypast. The Queen then met servicemen and women who'd recently returned from Afghanistan. Now, some see it as an iconic piece of architecture. Others describe it as a monstrosity. But love it or loathe it, the shopping mall in Milton Keynes, known as Centre MK, has now been made a Grade 2 listed building. Lauren Carter reports.
Peterborough Cathedral, King's College, Cambridge, and the Corn Exchange in Bury St Edmunds. Just some of the iconic buildings in our region. But what about this one? The Centre MK has just become a Grade 2 listed building. It may not have much history, but the government says it makes up for it in style and design. So they've awarded it protected status, causing some uncertainty for the management at the shopping centre.
There's lots of things about it which make the building very interesting, very easy to use and very multifunctional. But it is a shopping centre, and that's what we have to remember. It has to be able to evolve. It has to have a future. We need to be careful about what the listing means and how we can evolve within those constraints.
The Centre MK was opened by the Queen in the 70s. At the time, it was seen as cutting-edge design, with shops on one level and built almost entirely from glass and steel. Not much has changed over the years, and it still attracts plenty of people. It's a building that certainly serves its purpose as a shopping centre, but does its architecture and its sculptures really deserve to be part of our national heritage?
I think the design is absolutely lovely.
The outer shell is not too bad. The shops could be laid out a bit better though.
Got friends from Scotland that come down and they love coming as well.
A big glass lump, isn't it, this?
Yeah, there's no character.
No character.
No.
An iconic piece of architecture or an eyesore from the 70s. The Centre MK certainly divides opinion, but for some, it doesn't matter, as long as they have somewhere to go shopping. Lauren Carter, Anglia News, Milton Keynes.
A team of soldiers have been set a challenge of building 2 Land Rovers from scratch at the Billing Show in Northamptonshire this weekend. It's in partnership with the charity Project Mobility 4x4, who convert Land Rovers for soldiers injured in action. The cars are being built for 2 double amputees from the Coldstream Guards, who recently served in Afghanistan. Well, that's all for now. Weather Week with Simon is next, but now from all of us here on the Weekend team, do have a very good evening. Goodbye.